People here are unable to manage with the storms hitting the territory from time to time, especially during this winter time. Recently, actually earlier today and overnight, the people had their tents torn apart because of the storm and the rains, the heavy rains that fell on them, on the tents in Deir al-Balah in Khan Yunis, and the floods of the water enter their tents and waking them up forcibly in the middle of night. This situation is repeated in the territory amidst the lack of supplies needed to repair the tents that, according to local estimates, 80% of those tents that shelter about hundreds of thousands of people are being torn apart and need immediate repair. This comes against the backdrop of United Nations suggestion or recent warnings by United Nations that hundreds of tons of supplies needed for the tents, and including blankets and other supplies needed for the shelters, for the shelter tents, are stuck on the border lines on the Egyptian side of the border because of the border closure, the Rafah terminal, crossing terminal. This is for the displaced people under these storms. Actually, in terms of the northern Gaza Strip hospitals and United Nations warnings against the Israeli actions against hospitals, today the Indonesian hospital in northern Gaza Strip was stormed, was actually surrounded by Israeli army, and 10 patients were transferred from the Indonesian hospital to the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City. Four of them were reportedly detained by the Israeli army. I also would like to note here that the Israeli media report suggests that 106 Palestinian militants have been killed in an Israeli raid from the sea and the air after these militants were preparing to leave the northern Gaza towards Gaza City. This is the situation, Jamie, for the time being in the Gaza Strip.